Hello.
And good evening and welcome to the Dave and Clive live show. We hope you are enjoying yourself. Please, if you do not like foul language, being upset, I've got very thin skin, please tune out now and go and watch BBC 4. Or, in other words, Offerty.
Fuck off!
Yeah. Anyway, good evening, anyone who's already in. Here we go. What are we going?
Here we go.
We've got to do
Here we
shares.
go.
Do likes and shares. Likes and shares.
Do the likes and shares, Davey.
Here we go. That up to
Here we go.
Before it drives me mental.
Hey! There it is. Hello, Davey.
I don't even know.
Oh, you did. Hello, Lucy. Matt, how are you? Matt, I've made it public, so I don't know what you're on about.
Oh, yeah.
Hiya, Philip, how are you? Jonathan's in.
I don't even notice it. I'm just going through the motion.
Just go through the motion, son.
Being a creature.
Anne's in, Graham's in. Hello. Sven.
He's a youngster.
Oh, man. Oh. So what's happening there, bud? Mental health.
What's happening? Let's get this in. Right, here we go. Good evening.
Here we go. Thanks, down.
And Graham, Matt, and Jonathan again. And anybody else I've missed. And
you know.
And anybody else.
And anybody else you missed.
Yeah.
Mental health.
Yeah. I never even
looked, No, don't worry. I got to verify it's you. Piss off, man. It is me.
How's your day?
My day's been good, Dave. My students passed today, you know, and I've had a good day, mate. I've had my chill out. So you say it again, my Mac.
A good week.
Very good week. A very good week. I tell you what, I've had a fucking brilliant week.
Good man.
You know, how's your week been?
Yeah, I can't complain. You know what I mean? And if I did, no one fucking listens to them. You just have to crack on and push forward.
Nobody wants to know, Dave. Nobody wants to know.
No.
Nobody's interested, Dave.
Did you see that? Did you manage to see that link I sent out to a few people from the Jeremy Vine show this morning?
I didn't actually, Dave. No, I didn't. I'm sorry, but
the bird that they were interviewing on there, I can't remember her name. I wouldn't want to fucking remember it either. She wouldn't have been amiss in running an SS unit.
Oh, mate, is she that bad?
Mate, she was saying things like, "Oh, she vaccinated and non-vaccinated should be." She wants apartheid, basically. She wants to try a bit of the old South African stuff, you know.
Right.
She wants us all put. We shouldn't be allowed into any venues.
Right.
I think she'd go as far as supermarkets. I think we'd get a time slot about midnight for an hour.
Mate, that's unbelievable.
Yeah, if she had her way, was the crux of the whole thing. We shouldn't be allowed in pubs. We shouldn't be allowed to associate with the unvaccinated, with the vaccinated.
Yeah. Right.
They must be really fucking trusting this vaccine. Then, if they're so frightened, they don't want to go near anybody who's not vaccinated. They must be really fucking confident with the vaccine.
Well, Dave, you know, it's wild when you think about it. I'm still in the opinion.
She's calling for apartheid, nothing else. You know what I mean? She'd like us to have little stars on, or someone walking around behind you with a bell going unclean, unclean,
unclean. Like when you look through centuries, you had the plague.
Yeah, well, bring out your dead.
Yeah, bring out your dead.
Yeah.
Bring out your unclean. Bring out your unclean for vaccinating.
But what I did was I never watched the program because I was doing other stuff, but it comes online to me.
Yeah.
I listened to about a minute and a half, maybe 2 minutes of her drivel.
And I
thought, oh, do you know what I'll be interested in? I'll be interested in the comments today. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just to see all the
yeah,
people going, yeah, you're fucking right. Get them fucking locked up. You know, shoot the fucking bastards and all this. Round them
yeah,
up and fucking get them in those gas chambers.
yeah,
That's the comments I was expecting, to be honest with you. And normally, when you do a poll, yeah, it's between
yeah,
about
yeah,
1,000. A good poll's about 3,000 people, isn't it? Well, there was
yeah,
about
yeah.
6.2 or 6.4 thousand comments on this already
Bloody
within
hell.
the hour of it going out. You know what
Yeah,
I
I
mean?
seen that, and it was quite a
Yeah.
lot on there, you know.
But all the comments
But
on there were for people against what she said, even those that have actually had the vaccine. And one particular lady said she's fucking scared stiff to have the second one.
Phil has just made a good comment. Funny, we're not dying, just vaxxed. And he's
How
right.
are the numbers going up? Listen, if they've got 80, well, 79, 80%, yeah,
Yeah,
on at least one vaccination, quite a lot of on two, most of them on two,
yeah, yeah,
and now going down for the third one because the first two are working so well.
yeah,
If there is that amount, how are the fucking
yeah.
numbers going up if it's working?
Well, the numbers are shooting through the roof, they reckon, but are they shooting through the roof?
Well, the official government figures was 1,000 extra people a week
But it seems to be,
put
Dave.
into hospital for
It
COVID.
seems
But
to.
listen, he's talking about England because now we're all split. They're
Yeah, we
dividing
are.
us, yeah, even by nation, England, Ireland, Scotland, and Wales.
Scotland. Yeah, yeah.
COVID has split us up. You know what I
Well,
mean?
David, I talked about mental
But in
health.
England, Clive, there's 859 hospitals.
But David, listen to this. This is a cracker.
It's only
We're talking about mental health and medicine used in mental health today.
Yeah.
All right. Believe it or not, medicine. There's no difference really with somebody who's suffering from stresses of life using drugs and alcohol, or porn, or gaming, or avoiding their emotions. There's nobody. People use different things, mind-altering substances, we call it. And when you go to the doctors and you say, and you know what happens, Dave, you go to the doctor say, "Oh, I've fucked off with life. I've had enough. Can't handle my job."
Come back in a fortnight.
Yeah. Or they'll say, if they can't see you, when they can see you, they give you medication. So, Peter, who is it?
They'll give you medication over the phone now. You know why the doctors are calling for Plan B, don't you? Which is
Go on.
lockdown. Yeah, you know why the doctors are calling for that?
Go on.
They're petrified. They're going to have to go back to face-to-face consultations because they've earned money for fucking. Hello, yep, okay. I'll send you a prescription over your WhatsApp. Yeah. Bye.
I tell you what, Dave.
Okay. All right. Bye.
Dave, I had something sent to me by John Peakey, and John sent me.
Peakey? Yeah, John Peakey's a blind.
John Peakey.
I think he lives down your end, not Richmond, Wales. I think he's knocks around.
I think
Wales,
he's from down that way. But he sent me something in the week, and I thought, I'm going to have a look at this because mental health turns me on. You know, it's a subject I like. So
you're interested in, yeah.
I'm interested on. You know, it flicks my boat.
Turns me on. Probably wasn't a very good description.
It does, but you know. But here we go. Look, medicines, mental health. Medicines used in mental health. Only in England, by the way. Only in England.
Yeah, because it's all split up now. All your figures are all split up.
Yeah. So mental health's key area, NHS long-term plan, published in 2019. And they're trying to describe medicines used to improve mental health in England. How can you improve mental health with fucking medicine? You're actually using a mind-altering substance to numb the mind to avoid the emotions.
Yeah, and that's all they do. That's their idea of dealing with it. It's mental health is used for one thing and one thing only. It's a money-making scheme. That's all it is.
The pharmaceutical companies are loving it because key findings between January and March.
They're in the keep you alive industry, not the wellness industry.
But here we go, Dave. There were 202 million antidepressant drugs prescribed, 1% decrease from 20.2 million.
Yeah, I thought you said 2.2. Yeah, 20.2 million.
All right. and they say it's a 3% increase from 9.6 million items the same quarter back last year. Drugs for dementia, they go on about that. Then they go, in a 13-month period since implementation of lockdown measures, there was 803 more antidepressant prescription items issued than expected on historical trends. So, what that's telling you, Dave, is...
Well, best part of a million, then.
Don't forget, yeah, but that's the best part of a million. But don't forget, mate, mental health hasn't started going up yet because people were on furlong. They didn't have the stresses of money. They didn't have the stresses of life as much because they were home.
I did say it would explode in 2022, everything. Well, that's when the explosion would come.
It was, yeah.
The financial dropout will start in April when all the new taxes come into play. And that will take about 3 to 6 months to actually start affecting people where they haven't got enough money at the end of the month to pay mortgages and rents and other such things. Or they'll cut down on food, heating, and what's.
And the big thing. So I've been doing some reading through it, Dave. All right, and I'm getting into it now, and I'm looking at it because mental health for me is something I've suffered with, and it's mental health. Two of the most powerful misunderstood words in the world. Mental health.
I'm listening and reading at the same time.
Yeah. So the big thing is, I've never taken antidepressants.
Did you see Heather Elvis?
Yeah, got it there. All right.
She worked in a pharmacy.
Yeah, and mate, the big thing is that's Heather. That is. She used to work in a pharmacy, and the big thing is, Dave.
The horse's mouth, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Getting it from people on the ground.
Yeah, and Dave, the big thing is, all right. When I started reading through it, the statistics were showing that 50 to 54-year-olds were suffering, and 14 to a 14-year-old on antidepressants, Dave.
Yeah, I know, mate. Yeah, well, these doctors, as you've noticed over the last 24 months now, really. I've noticed it over decades myself.
Well,
they've lost a lot of their ethics, haven't they?
But Dave, what they're doing, they're actually making. There's no difference between somebody on drugs avoiding their actual emotions and using alcohol to somebody going to a doctor's, because they're making them dependable on a mind-altering substance.
That's the idea of it.
And the pharmacy, only people make winning from it are the doctors, because they get paid out by the pharmaceuticals.
They're all massive bonuses and commissions.
And when you think about it, why ain't they giving theory? Why ain't they giving the talk? And why ain't they using the technique I used from, mate? Where I've been. I've just been for shisha. Yeah. That's my chill out. And I was just there, and there was two beautiful women there, and one of them they were talking, and I was eardropping. I like to have a eardrop every now and again. And while I was eardropping, the one girl turned around, Indian girl, and she said, I'm so stressed with work, she said, I just want to start to cry all the time. I'm so emotional. And she turned around, she said, I've had enough of my life. I just want to end it. And I was like, what? Fucking what? And I leant over and I went, excuse me, I've got to speak to you. And I started talking to him, and we really got into it. Mate, I was shocked because she was only in her early 20s. And I was like, fucking. And then when we started talking, because she was going, I get up every day and I got to get into a positive mindset. And I said to her, do you know your mind's negative? That's how it's wired. And we talked, and I took.
Was she going on this, Clive?
She was at that point. She was trying to get away from me. But I was pulling her up, going, fucking come back here. I'm here, come back here. So I pulled her back up.
I bet she walked off home and thought, well, fantastic speaking to that fella. What shall I do? Home bridge.
Yeah, trust me. She had a smile on her face.
Oh, good. That's all it's about, isn't it?
And she had a problem with somebody in work, and I said, look, I said, the problem you've got is you're always looking for approval. I said, if I kept coming to you and saying to you, am I doing all right? What do I need to do? I said, after a while, I'd be going, is she fucking competent to do the job? I said, stop asking her, just get on with it, man.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And he was,
I mean, I was funny enough on, because like I've, because of my situation with Zuckerberg, we're not the best of mates at the moment.
Yeah.
And so I've been able to do other such things and that, and other social media platforms. I've I've improved on my learning of them.
Good.
And TikTok, I didn't realise how many people you can do a live on a TikTok.
Can you?
Right, listen to this. Listen to this. Fasten your seatbelts, folks. I went on a live last night. Sorry. I went on a live this morning, at 4 a.m. 4 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah.
There was a woman, and I use that fucking word extremely loosely. By definition of sexuality, she was a female. Yeah. There was a female, probably in her early 50s. Late 40s to early 50s. With her 16-year-old daughter and her newly born baby, her granddaughter. With the fucking music blaring like they're in some sort of rock show or fucking nightclub or whatever it is. And the grandmother's pissed on gins.
Right.
And the daughter's there doing whatever. She's monitoring what people are saying. The woman is getting caned on there, saying, "Please put the child to bed." There's people saying we're calling social services and we're calling the police. Mate, you have seen nothing like it in your life, mate. I was gobsmacked. And I had to write a comment. You know me, I couldn't help myself. And I wrote, unfortunately, that child is totally innocent, but hasn't got a hope in hell.
Yeah.
I've come off it. You know what I mean? And I scrolled past. Yeah. But I did see a lot of ladies on there, a lot of women, in tears, absolutely in tears, where they had no one to talk to, no one to phone. They obviously didn't feel comfortable. And some of them quite young ladies, 20s, 30s sort of thing. One woman was in her 40s. She'd had enough. Another lady that I'm actually friends with, she's an Essex girl and she's a proper diamond. And but she's been in a very dark place to the point that a week ago she tried to take her own life.
Oh,
and but these people are now venting these things on TikTok. On live. Yeah,
but Dave, use one, Lisa Marie. We know Lisa Marie.
I can't understand why you don't feel comfortable like phoning someone.
Somebody or talking, but Dave, here we go. Lisa, I'll tell you why, Dave, because I didn't talk, and it was shame.
No, I know you didn't, mate.
It was shame.
Listen, when I did it fucking years and years and years ago, I took a load of tablets and a bottle of JD.
But it's Dave. Don't forget, it's that shame. It's that pride. You know.
No, I think you do want to talk yourself into that. You do want to fucking, cash your chips.
Yeah. No, you do. And Dave, this is Lisa Marie. You know Lisa Marie, man, from down Walesy, Wales.
Yeah, of course I do. Lisa's a client.
She said they wanted to give me lamotrigine. All right, spelt wrong. Don't worry about that. Yeah. I said it wrong as well. Don't worry. Last time I saw mental health and the psychiatrist, said, I have to tell you, by law, that these can cause sudden death. I said, you take them, I'm not. And that's right, because, they're anti some of the tablets, and Sven is...
It's another score in the bank, isn't it?
Yeah. Sven said there, tablets are what keep me going. And like the doc told me, there's scaffolding till therapy can sort it out. And I was lucky because I come across a woman called Sophie Savage. Yeah. I paid the money for it, and Tony Robbins.
I mean, I'm not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination. If you want one of them, you'd have to phone. You'd have to message Stanley Kane.
Hey, boom. That's where Dave's got it in. Look, I knew he'd get it in.
Don't forget the VGRO Awards 2021. Right. So yeah, no, I'm not
Hang
adopted by
on,
any
hang on,
imagination. Yeah.
hang on. My doctor had
No,
to
no, no,
tell
no,
us.
no fucking hanging on. Because what happens is you give it all this hang on. When I watch this back, I go, Dave, you never got to say what you wanted to say because that fucker kept telling you to hang on. No,
Yeah,
listen, I'm not a doctor by any stretch of the imagination. Yeah.
hang on,
And I
hang
wouldn't
on,
advise, hang on as
hang
much as you
on.
fucking like. Hang on with your fucking fingers on the edge of your fucking lips. I wouldn't advise anyone to stop their medication and anything
No,
like
I
that.
wouldn't.
It can
I
be
wouldn't.
highly
Look,
dangerous. Yeah.
look,
But if you
you
get
can't.
involved in some of these people like Clive, who
Oh,
knows, they
you can't.
have got systems that
Yeah,
they can put that they'll put in place
you
that you'll use just your fucking power of your body and your
you
mind
can't. Look,
and
once you
get
start,
feeling better about
but
yourself, and it will
David,
slowly decrease it anyway.
David, you can't. Once you start taking medication,
Yeah, I
you
know.
can't just let it go.
That's like
Alcohol's the
telling an
same.
alcoholic. That's like
No,
telling
you
someone who's
can't.
a raging alcoholic to stop.
You
It
can't.
can
And I,
kill an alcoholic.
no,
You know
you
what I mean?
can't. You've got to. It's unfortunately
Yeah, it has to be done.
you've got to wean it. You've got to wean them off. You've got to bring them
Yeah,
off
it's got to be
slowly.
done with
But
specialist people around it.
and you have, and I'm telling you now is. But it is what I'm trying to say to you is there's therapies out there. My doc had to tell off the psychiatrist prescribe really strong addictive sleeping tablets. Look, I've seen psychiatrists say to people,
What's
"Why
a
didn't
fucking
you?"
public mute button, man?
What?
There should be a public mute button on the lives. There is. It's called fucking pushing the thing and going out. You totally
Yeah,
muted.
fuck
You
off.
wouldn't even see us. Yeah, I
And
believe that's what you.
it is actually, Matt, because I just do this. All right, how are you anyway?
Yeah. I don't know what the public mute button would be for. Oh,
So
mute me or mute him? You mean?
mute one of us, innit?
Fucking good luck with that. I'll just get the loud. Hey, I'll get the fucking ghetto blaster on. You'll hear. I'll just open the windows. You'll hear me from fucking down on the south coast.
I can fucking hear you from the south coast. Anyway, fucking hell.
The ghetto blaster. I'll just open the windows.
You're like a fucking foghorn. Exactly.
That's scrolling.
What's scrolling like that?
Yeah, no, scrolling is like that on your screen. I think it's called Matt Hand. Yeah.
Well, let me tell you, when I'm on Tinder, they all fucking scroll left. I scroll right, but none of them fucking scroll right, do they?
Yeah, I don't do any of that. Fucking, listen, I can get you enough trouble with fucking women walking down the town, queuing behind the fuckers in the shop.
Well, yeah, you're queuing behind them because they're not fucking queuing for you, are they? Oh, mate.
Those days are long.
I tell you.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. But life, mate, how's your day been, actually? How's your week been?
Mine? Much of the same, really. It hasn't been too bad.
Yeah.
I've been a bit lazy on a few personal admin things, but I know that, and I'm not too. It's not fucking driving me mental, I think. And from Monday, I'll get on those. There's about 3 or 4 things I need to do, and bang, 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 and I'll do them Monday. And
Well,
I'll be back to
Monday, I mean,
personal stuff. You know what I mean?
Sunday I'm on a weigh-in. Monday I'm fucking smashing, mate.
Yeah.
I'm cooking.
Yeah.
I've got my food books out. I've got loads of food books. So I'm getting them out.
Right.
I'm portioning myself for food. So, mate, watch out. The guns are coming out. Boom, boom.
Right, listen, I'm not going to be able to see the comments in a minute because I need to jump off of my phone a second.
So how many? This is a good question.
So come up on this, I can see it.
So how many? I am sticking them up. So how many veterans will sign up to protect the MPs who fuck our lives up?
I know what my answer is. I'll Google it just to see if it's the same. Yeah, it's coming up as a blank.
Blankety blank, blankety blank, blankety blank.
Coming up as a blank. Yeah.
Is it?
I think they got more charts than a fucking Pope turning up and blessing us all on Sunday morning.
I tell you what, mate. But right, Dave, are you signing up to protect the MPs, mate?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'll be signing up to protect them. I'll wait till everyone's gone home and I'll fucking stab him myself.
Dave, yeah, look, Dave, I get ready for his FB release date. Who's FB release date?
I'll be going. Can I check you for weapons, mate? You haven't got any. Fuck off. You're not coming in. Next, what do you want with that big machete? Okay, in you go, son.
In you go, Matt. In you go. Let me get you front the stage.
Just remember, you never had that on you when I checked you, yeah?
We signed up.
I'll be round the corner smoking a fag when you come
Sven,
out. I never saw you.
Sven's bang on. We signed up for the Queen, not the MPs. But let's look at the Queen.
She's been turned over, isn't she? You know what I mean?
She's been turned over big time. You know, because she doesn't even. None of the royal family. I said it the other day on the live. A lot of the royal family have got high-ranking positions in the regiments. None of them are speaking up. None of them are speaking out about the ill treatment of veterans.
Well, when I was in, our one would have a problem now speaking up because it was Princess Diana.
Was it? Oh, mate.
Yeah.
She was beautiful. You know.
She come to Dover when we was at Dover.
Yeah.
All fucking stood there like.
Yeah. Well, she had a thing for household cavalrymen.
Well, no, she said hello, Swift. How you doing, young son?
Yeah, but Swift, if you were Queen's Regiment, mate, household cavalry, but she had a thing for us.
Love. Come up to Nappy and have a fucking crack with the boys. Friday nights, grab a
and you know what she said? And you know what she said? Unfortunately, I've got to go to the household cavalry.
Unfortunately, she said, I've got a fucking Arab on the go.
I've
got my eyes on a young Arab man.
Household cavalry before then, son. Household cavalry before then.
Yeah, it was back in the day.
You know.
Back in the day. It was before, well, I suppose they were going through the turmoil then, because the turmoil started long before the two boys were born, wasn't it?
Oh, the turmoil started, mate. Yeah, long time before.
Before the wedding, you know what I mean?
Don't forget, mate, I've got to reach out to James, actually, see how he is. We haven't done that for a while. See how the boy is. See how the man is.
That was our Colonel in Chief, is what you're on about. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why it went from when we did the amalgamation to 3 Queens.
Oh no, Dave. We've got Dave. We had the best Colonel in Chief, and she still is the best today. I met her. I got a commendation offer in 1998. Princess Anne. Mate, I reckon she could be a dirty girl in bed. Let me tell you now.
Don't start on him, Steve. He's fucking pals in the room, mate. I wouldn't be starting on fucking Mr. Hewitt, mate. You might come unstuck there, son.
Who's coming? Who's going on about
that? Sven Romeo Carlson.
Hey, he knows what I'm on about. Sven's alright, but he's a good boy. Let me tell him. He knows what I'm on about.
Be very, very fucking careful, mate, because Clive will back his pal up whether you like him or not. And rightly so.
And Sven will as well, trust me. So don't you worry about that, son. We stick together. We stick. Hey, he's a mate.
I like the fella, mate. I like you.
Let me tell him now. He was stuck between.
He got fucking turned over as well, didn't he? You know what I mean?
He was stuck between an hard rock and a stone. All right. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit who you are. All right.
I tell you what, I bet he's fucking glad he wasn't in the back of the fucking car going down the tunnel in fucking front.
Oh mate. But here we go. But David, here we go. A lot of people. James Hewitt is a proper gentleman. All right. James Hewitt is absolutely a smashing guy. And what a lot of people don't realise is any young officer, all right, gets the opportunity. He was a lifeguard. He was in Dennis's lot. So, House of Cavalry. Let me tell you now, any guy who had the opportunity, I know guys who sniffed the fucking saddle after she got off it. But let me tell you, any guys who had the opportunity that he had, if you didn't take that opportunity, can you imagine walking in the officer's mess? And all the guys, can you imagine?
Oh, fucking hell, mate.
Mate.
Imagine bringing your bird to the fucking Christmas. You know what? Remember at Christmas in the NCA, the warrant officers, sergeants, and fucking officers' mess when you had your Christmas dues and all that.
Yeah.
And you bring your missus or your bird, you couldn't you? Imagine him fucking rolling up with her on his arm.
Sven, let me tell you now. Sven's just right.
You need fucking salt for the night.
David, Sven's just said it. I would have. I fucking would have as well. I tell you.
Fucking would. Listen, Clive, as you know, because I've told you a bit of the story, well, a lot of the story.
Yeah.
My dear mentor, Peter Scott, his fucking last bird was Francis Shad Kidd, Diana's mum.
Exactly. I'll be honest with you.
He was married
Why?
to Miss World like that.
Why they could have done Camilla. I tell you what.
Listen, I know a few blokes put a few notches on the bedpost, but fuck me, you'd be putting them all over your fucking room, wouldn't you?
Look, let me tell you now. Camilla. I probably would have had a crack at Camilla as well, because I bet you she's a right dirty scuttler in bed. Yeah, I'm fucking telling you.
But some people have got no fucking standards, Clive, if they have some Capri, you know what I mean? That's the look, folks. That's what we look for. Every live we look for.
Mate, let me fucking tell you now, boy, Mark. Let me tell you.
I've got this right cracking fucking stallion, fucking thoroughbred horse, yeah? I'm going to change it for a fucking donkey. And see how I get on a fucking Kenton at the 3:30.
Yeah, but you don't know, mate. Diana might have just laid there in bed.
I tell you what, mate, she must have a fantastic personality and she must be blinding in the bedroom. That's all
she must be fucking blinding in the bedroom.
Oh,
I tell you.
Mate, her cakes must be fucking outstanding.
I bet if she could suck a golf ball through a fucking garden hose.
Yeah, must. It's got to be something down them fucking lines, mate. Because she won't be winning any fucking beauty pageants any day soon, would she?
Oh, no, she wouldn't, mate.
I know she's getting on a bit and all that, but even from back in the day, you know what I mean? She was never going to get...
Steve, hang on. Steve just said you'd have to double back, Camilla. Steve, fucking hell, mate. I've done worse, son.
I think she used to play cricket as a kid and was the wicket keeper and was always stood too close to the wickets.
I tell you what, but I've done worse. I wouldn't double bag it. Let me tell you.
No, listen. There's all right doing worse, Clive. That doesn't mean you fucking marry them, mate. When I was 19...
Oh, you cheeky bastard. Let me tell you now, you cheeky. Let me tell you. My ex is a princess, but let me tell you. And she was...
Listen, this isn't no
fucking hell.
Mate, by any stretch of the imagination.
I can tell you what, mate. My ex...
I know, I'm not the worst on the block.
My ex was good, mate. She was good. I got to say.
But it's not just about that. It's, well, to me, listen, it's nice to have the whole package, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Personality as well, mate. She had a good personality. She'd be
nice, you know what I mean? It's a little bit like a car. You don't just want it for loading fucking...
Oh, Jonathan! Oh, mate! Jonathan, that's... I can't even read it. I can't read it.
Now, I don't know the geezer, yeah? But I would hazard a guess, right? That he's a veteran.
No, he's not. He's not. He should have been. He should have been.
He's what?
He should have been. He should have been, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. No, hey, Julian's a cracking.
A lot of civvies still have the veteran. I mean, we were all civvies at one time, and we're all civvies now.
Yeah.
And a lot of civvies have got the veteran banter.
Let me tell you, but a lot of guys I grew up with, Julian, I grew up with his, they were like my family, my other family, Julian, Jonathan, and Jason.
Ah, that's how, I knew you knew him.
And Julian was an outstanding rugby player, mate. Absolutely outstanding, you know. Absolutely outstanding family. You know,
if a lot of football supporters went to a few rugby games, they'd never go and watch football again with the
I tell you what, mate. You know,
football's coming home. Hasn't got a fucking patch on Sweet Chariot, is it? You know what I mean?
Dave,
come on, please.
Dave, and this
fucking sing something fucking decent and fucking tune, lads. You know what I mean?
But David, I tell you what, this is the best one yet, because I can relate to this, and everybody else can relate to this.
Go on.
I never went to bed with an ugly woman. I just woke up with a few.
Well, I was going to say to you, when I was 19, yeah, I was in. We got a punishment posted to Fallenbostel. It's the worst fucking place in Germany. Trust me. You'd be better off on the fucking Berlin Wall with no fucking bullets. So we was in Fallenbostel, and our weekends out, or Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, back on parade at 7 o'clock Monday morning. Our weekends were Hanover. Hanover, Mr. Drinks. There's even a Facebook page. There's a Mr. Drinks Facebook page. That's our famous Mr. Drinks in Hanover. Or, if you wanted a real fucking mental weekend, we'd go to Hamburg, to the Reaper Barn. Reaper Barn, which is the red light district in Hamburg. And we were walking around there one night, fucking hundreds of squadding. My mate Stuart Rayner, and Stuart's got a beautiful wife now. Stuart's the one whose daughter committed suicide for Lucy Rayner Foundation. I can remember Stuart, we'd only just got through the gates, because you go through the gates, you actually walk into, I don't know if you've ever been in there, you walk into a town in a city. Yeah? Anyway, Stuart hadn't got 7 paces, and Stuart's a good looking kid now, and he's my age. And he was a handsome lad when he was young, you know what I mean? Within fucking 10 paces, this bird, bear in mind, we're 19-year-old kids, we don't know what we're fucking doing. This fucking bird had Stuart over the bonnet of a fucking motor and was on top of it. Anyway, we're wandering around, and there was this woman outside, and I thought, oh, she must be the governor. And we started chatting to her. But there's about 12 or 14 of us. Anyway, she's a Colombian lady, and I think she was 71. She was part of the firm. She was on the game. Yeah. And I thought, in for a penny, in for a pound. I said, right, whoever pays, I'm going in, son. And they went, oh, fuck,
I tell you what.
Fucking leave it out.
I tell you what.
If you have a rip round, I think it was like 20 marks or 25 marks. I said, have a rip round. I said, I'm in there, mate, for fucking 10, 15 minutes.
And Dave, use a cracker.
Never look a gift horse in the mouth.
Mother just put something up, and she's bang on right. There's no woman is ugly. It's not just not good looking. Actually, that's incorrect. Every woman has got beautiful looks. Let me tell you now, every woman's got beautiful looks. I don't care what you say. But Dave, I tell you what, I've got a story, but I can't share it.
Well, don't then. Keep it to yourself. Don't do it, mate. Don't drop yourself in it.
Oh, mate.
Don't do it, mate. Don't do a U-turn. I wouldn't do a U-turn, mate. They don't turn out well. Trust me. You must just think of the last few days, mate. U-turn
when I was young, we were in Melton Mowbray. And it was before I met my missus.
You was where?
It was in Melton Mowbray. Have you ever been to Melton Mowbray? Yeah. So Melton Mowbray is where they've got stables and all the veterinary and all the horsey welfare stuff up there. Yeah. And I remember going out on the piss up there. And I was in London, and I went up to Melton Mowbray on train, meet a friend, and we took 2 girls out. And he said to me, "You're guaranteed, son. You're guaranteed." He said, "I've set you up. You've got a guarantee." I said, "Okay, no problem." Mate, and I ended up in this house. We went out for a meal. We had to do a runner from the restaurant because we didn't have enough money. And we ended up back in the house, and we ended up playing stupid games.
Yeah.
And he said, "You've got a guarantee, Clive. You've got a guarantee." And I ended up in bed with this bird, mate. And I had no guarantee, but there was no way it was happening. I slept on the floor at the end, and I was pissed off. But he went to work in the morning, mate, and he come back. He come from work within half an hour because he realised he'd left me in the house with a couple of other women, and he liked one of them, and he didn't want me. He said, "Clive, I don't trust you." He's banging on the door. "Get down these stairs and let me take you home." He said, "Because I don't want to keep you in that house." I was oh, man. But I'd love to get
Stephen's offspring's turned up.
Man. Where?
He said, "What's happened to Stephen Seagal?" I thought I'd got away with it, and he turned up a few weeks ago, about 3 weeks ago. one of his offspring.
Right.
I've got Stephen Jr. seagull now. And he pecks away at the window like they fucking do. And then in the end, I succumbed 2 days ago.
More biscuits.
We're back on these again. And listen, I thought his old man was hungry. I've only had these 2 days and we're down to that.
I tell you. But, Dave.
He does 3 handfuls at a time, 3 times a day.
Dave, I'm going to ask Sven. Sven, what was the name of the nightclub in Melton Mowbray? I can't remember it. You had to knock. I can remember I had to knock the door to get in one night. I had a big kick in.
Out of interest, you know, on your barracks, because I know you lot are a bit posh when it comes to your barracks.
Yeah.
You're bordered on RAF. Did you actually have a naffy?
I tell you what, mate. You can fucking take them words right back. RAF.
Yeah.
RAF.
No.
You can fuck right off.
I said bordering with all your fucking poshness and all your fucking...
So what did you ask the question about the naffy for? What was it?
Do you actually have a naffy? Like, we had a naffy. It's like the Rose and Crown.
Yeah,
like
I had a thing
with a fucking great big bar in it.
Right, Dave, I'll hold my hands up. We had a naffy, and I had a thing for naffy birds. Don't ask me why.
No, not the naffy birds. The birds behind the jumping ring and what's in the shop.
You what?
But in your naffy,
yeah.
We used to have a do every Friday called Grab a Granny Night. They used to invite all the girls up from the local town, whichever base you was stationed at the time. Did you have anything like that? Look at that.
Yeah, we had that, but no, we didn't have them come into the naffy.
If I'd have been quick enough, I'd have given you a fucking polish up, Clive.
Yeah, cheeky bastard.
Fucking giving it all that.
We used to have the nurses come to our camp, mate, and we used to have discos.
I wasn't quick enough.
You know? I tell you what, yeah, but I had a thing.
You never done Grab a Granny Night then? Your battalion? I never done that.
No, I used to grab the... Mate, I used to grab the naffy girls, mate. No, naffy girls, mate. No, because, mate, in London, could you imagine a 17, 18-year-old in London, mate? Let me tell you. Fuck it. We used to be out every night in London, mate.
Were you allowed to take birds back to your accommodation, to your block?
We weren't supposed to, but we'd have them in there. But let me tell you, and we'd lock them in the lockers as well because we'd have room inspections. Get in there.
We've got too late, and you can hear the fucking corporal coming on the fucking. Go on, get up. You've been in that. They're going, "What are you doing? You're going in the cupboard, love."
I tell you what. Oh, we used to say to them.
Don't worry, we're going for breakfast. You'll be out in an hour.
Tubes. That's what it was. Tubes. Yeah, Tubes nightclub. But I'm going to tell you, Dave, we used to, mate, London, we used to have to wear a suit out when I first got there.
Did you ever
so we'd all go
going into town?
No, never.
When we were stationed at Burgoyne Heights,
yeah,
we'd all get called out on parade on, say, maybe a Friday or Monday morning. Monday morning, the announcement would be made. Monday morning, the announcement, right? You'd go out, you know, like you finish at 4 o'clock on a Friday. And you're out all weekend.
Yeah.
A dozen's been arrested by either regimental police or the police. Yeah. And Monday morning, the commanding officer will be out with the RSM. The RSM will be going fucking mental.
Yeah.
Look at it. You've embarrassed me again, lads. You've dropped me in it again.
Yeah.
And, the company, the commanding officer would then announce, for the next 2 weeks, Dover Town Centre is out of bounds. Oh,
man. We never got that. But, Dave, the walk of shame in the morning.
We fuck off and ruin Folkestone for 2 weeks.
Dave, Jane Tanner's just put up the walk of shame in the morning. Oh, mate.
Especially if you're usually the only geezer to bring a bird back. Fucking hell, mate.
And do you know the other...
fucking corridors. They line the corridors.
But actually, Dave, no, there's one better than that. When you you pick up a bird who somebody else picked up a couple of weeks earlier. And you start realising. I tell you what, I'd love to get the women on, because I tell you what, as we are talking here, the women are much worse than us. Because I've been, mate, I've seen people absolutely chastised by women.
I've got to ask you a question, though, Clive.
Go on.
Who used to wake you up in the morning, drunk, and used to say, "Hang on a minute," while you escort this geezer out?
Yeah, cheeky bitch, man. Yeah, cheeky bitch. She cheeky cow. I tell you. Yeah, I do swing the other way as well, Dave. Nothing wrong with that. Robbie Williams.
Rebecca Six Toes. Fucking hell, mate. I don't want to know anymore. I want to stay innocent and unfucking untarnished.
Horse mate. Horse guards was terrible. I tell you. Fucking hell, mate.
Oh, it was bad back then. It was terrible, mate, terrible. But the women were as bad. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sometimes the girls would come back and they want to go 3-4 rooms.
I know. No. This is what she's on about, Dave. I know what she's on about.
Go on.
Oh, fucking hell.
It's all coming out now. It's turned into a confessions evening.
I used to get absolutely hammered. And I was still angry back then. And I'd get pissed. And a couple of times I'd phone my mother from a phone box. "How are you?" Early in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
And we'd be in conversation. And it happened about 3 or 4 times. Civvies banging on the fucking telephone box. And I'd say to my mother, "Mum, fucking give me 2 minutes. I'm going to sort this cunt out." I'd put the phone up. I'd go out, mate, and start fighting with her. I had a kick in a few times, trust me. Fucking hell. Yeah. Back in them days, mate, you thought you were fucking invincible. That was the worst thing about it. Yeah, you know.
You didn't have fear back then, did you? You know what I mean? You were fearless.
You were fearless and you didn't give a shit, mate. Once you had the alcohol inside, you take on the world, you take on. Mate, I remember I used to look at all the women who thought they were great, and then by the end of the night, but fucking hell,
yeah,
everybody was up. Mate, I used to be fucking off my head, man.
It was the crack. I don't suppose you're allowed to do it. Well, they're not allowed to do anything, have they? I mean, I know the NAFI's got it. Went years ago. The actual as the organisation.
Oh, mate, NAFI's gone. It's Spa now, isn't it?
I suppose they've not got bars on site now, have they?
They are, but even the messes. What I've been told.
To drink in their rooms now.
I haven't got a clue what it is now, Dave. But what's happened is what happened in 2003? The Household Cavalry. It was the only regiment in the British Army which could go on guard and drink. We used to buy crates of beer on guard, and we used to go on guard down Whitehall.
Yeah.
And we used to.
You're not on duty.
Yeah, and we had a bar in the guard room, so we would buy crates of beer, and we would get absolutely wankered. How we didn't stab people how did we didn't kill somebody? It was unbelievable. By me. But I tell you, Dave, absolutely. If I look back, it's all right. But if we look back, when I joined the Household Cavalry, even going on guard up in Knightsbridge, if we went on guard down Whitehall, we'd go out on the piss before going on guard. We would then go on piss when we were on guard. Come off guard, you go on the piss again. We were fucking alcoholics, mate. But they stopped it. They stopped it in 2003 because a general was looking out the window over the back of horse guards where we were, and the guys were pissed at fucking. They reckon the guys were pissed by 5:15, and he said,
"It was worse in the 70s and 80s, mate."
You know, unbelievable.
I never used to know many people that used to go on a BFT that weren't fucking pissed.
Oh no, BFT, mate. If you didn't turn up pissed, we had Sven will remember this guy. I was in training with a guy called Stephen Haywood. He had the army BFT record. 5 minutes, Dave, and so many seconds. He'd done a BFT in. This guy was an Olympic athlete. He went against Steve Yvette and Steve Cole, and he come second. And the only reason they didn't send him to the Olympics was because he weren't an household name, so they put him on a reserve list. And this guy used to go out, used to do drugs, used to do alcohol, mate, and he'd still get in at fucking 6 minutes on a BFT. I would be trolling behind him about fucking 10.5 minutes back because I was blowing up my ass from the night before.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
And the first thing you do when you get back to, when you actually do your BFT or whatever you're doing, if you're doing a 6 mile or a 5 mile, if you're in the RAF, your 5 mile of death, or whatever you're doing, your 12-mile run, your 15-mile runs and all that, full kit, half kit, whatever it is. And then as soon as you get back to barracks, once you've done your 10 miles, first thing you do is grab the Benson and Hedges.
And look, it made us who we are today.
You're absolutely fucked, but you're not fucked enough to. You've still got enough. You can't exhale anymore, but you can fucking inhale. And, get a fucking Benson's down you. That'll sort you out, son.
Yeah, and that's it. If you didn't throw up at the end, you didn't put enough effort in.
No, exactly. Bang on the money there. Yeah. Bang on.
Or you weren't on the piss the night before.
Listen, we've gone all fucking army barmy for about fucking 20 minutes.
Yeah, we're sorry about that. We started reminding ourselves of our.
Some people will start thinking, who the fuck were protecting us against these fucking Russians?
I tell you what.
The alcoholics fucking use.
So, Dave, let's talk about November the 14th. What are we going to do?
November the 14th, yeah, we're doing what we said we were going to do originally. Yeah.
Yes.
We do not U-turn on this fucking show.
No.
So, if we apologise, we mean it. We stick to the original apology.
Yeah.
So fucking have that. Fucking. I know I'm being petty, but anyway, there you go. Yeah, the 14th, we already agreed because we got it quite a few weeks ago back now. That, the PTSD camp in Bath, we're doing a Remembrance Sunday, yeah, and we only get down to the PTSD camp 3 or 4 times a year. It's the most we can do, isn't it? Really, you know what I mean?
And we've got to go down and say hello to Dion.
And we said we'd go, and that's where we were going. I know a few fucking backward, mental, fucking half-wit retards, yeah, thought that your idea, of going to Remembrance Sunday at the Cenotaph at Whitehall, they took your idea as we're fucking doing it.
No, mate, it's an idea.
And a bit of a knee-jerk reaction, like we all make.
But David, it's still an
idea. It was something to put a point out.
It was to put a point out, and the only way you bring change is bring everybody together and doing something like that, and it'll never happen.
Throw your ideas on the table and sift through them. You know what I mean?
Exactly. So that's brilliant. I can't wait to go down there.
We were always going to the PTSD camp, and that's
you
know what I mean.
I tell you, and. No, I'm going to be down there. Phil Watkins is going to be down there. Look.
There's probably going to be a few people who now won't down there, but that's fucking unfortunate for them. Yeah, I know Phil. He's becoming up. I'm sure Phil's down in fucking Wales. I don't know why, but he does get all over the gap. He's one of these lunatics.
I tell you what.
If there's a demo to be had or something going on, he does quite a lot of Voice of Wales stuff.
Yeah.
And he's independent and he gets around the gaff, doesn't he? You know what I mean? Phil's out. I know he works as well. You know what I mean? He earns a living. But he also, if he gets chance, he's out there doing his live streams.
I tell you what. He does some fucking blinding work, mate. I think he's in Llandudno this weekend. And if you look at him, mate, he travels all over. And I fucking take my hat off to him. So, we're going to have on our Vigo Awards. What we're going to have? We're going to have some.
Brexit
We're going to
Brian's
have.
another one. Brexit Brian, I think,
We're going to have.
down.
We're going to have some awards for people who are doing outstanding things. We're not just. At the end of the day, we want to make it so we appreciate for what people are doing as well. Brexit Brian, Phil, and people like that,
Yeah,
because they're out all the time.
While we're on the subject, I know you didn't want to. I'll read out a few of my ideas that I've thrown in there. Because I know. See, what happens is people get hold of the wrong end of the stick. You know, the shitty end.
Yeah.
And some people love to get hold of that shitty end of the stick and keep hold of it. Like, And people took a lot of what we said the other day about the
fucking hell
awards. Totally the fucking wrong way.
Fucking wrong way.
And we did say it was about banter. No personal attacks on anyone. Because if I wanted to personally attack someone,
look,
it wouldn't be fucking verbally. Trust me.
No, and let me tell you now, and we've said it all the way along. You know, if anybody's got problems with either me or Dave, fucking phone us.
7466.
Come and fucking knock the doors. All right, because
7466
and mine is 07902 863 277.
You can normally catch me in the morning round about 7:30, 8 o'clock, walking towards Worthing Pier, which is 100 yards from my house. I'd have another 200 yards to drag you, to sling you off the end. So do yourselves a favour, check the tide times, and put all to wings.
But Phil's just posted this, Dave. Look, drive 5 hours in the morning. And 5 hours back. Sam didn't know. Fucking hell, mate.
I know he does. He's fucking. He puts fucking. I nearly said Nigel Mansell, showing my age. Who's the other fella? The new one, the Formula One driver. What's his name? The fucking racist one, Mr. Shitstirrer.
Pauline's just pissed her pants, mate. I hope you haven't literally pissed your pants, Pauline. Let me tell you. Because you need to go and change them if you have, love. All right. Right, go on then, Dave.
Anyway, so I've got 5 categories, that I'm gonna put in. And then I know that between us we're gonna do the other 5 over the weekend, aren't we? Even though you're working as well.
Yeah.
Right. So it's not in any chronological order, I'm going 1 to 5, but it doesn't mean that's how they're going to come out the hat and that's how they're going to be issued. And
no.
So it's just as I've written them. So the first category is going to be best new independent live stream to social media.
Yeah.
And you can pick names out such as Phil Whittle. You might have Brexit Brian. You might have Danny Roscoe. And
you might have Stan.
You might have Stan, Voice of Wales, although there's probably another category they could go into, and you don't have to stick you don't have to stick one name in one category. You can put them over all 10. There's going to be 10 categories, so you can put them over all 10 if you want. So that's the first one. The next one, best alternative independent social media channel, which is like your Voice of Wales. I don't know, fucking Turning Your Stomach UK might go in there. And those such people, who've got independent social media channels, and it's like an alternative to what's on the fucking box. You know what I mean? Might be a bit of a crack.
But Dave, are we gonna do what we said?
Wales would be my own personal nomination for that one would be Voice of Wales.
Are we gonna
keep your nominations secret, or you can discuss them between yourselves, or start a fucking, if someone wants to start a group on a
nomination
group or something
Vigo 2021 open group
open group for discussing nominations and the categories.
Look,
and at the end to start a group, and we'll stick the categories in that group, and then people can sling in what they want to. So you can see it's all transparent, and we're not going to nick names out of our own hat. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But Dave,
and then category 3.
2 seconds. Shane Krieg has just asked, can he and Sarah have a lift? Dave, let me talk about it because we've got the van. So let's. I'm going to sort out some
I'll have a
I'll
word.
sort some transport out that weekend. I'll sort some
I'll
out.
have a word.
Yeah.
I'll have a word.
All right. And if need be, I might hire a minibus if anybody else wants picking up from
we'll have
down
a
your
word.
way.
We will have
Yeah.
a word, even if it
Yeah.
means we meet at a fairly central point and we all go.
Yeah. Exactly. All right.
Sort something out, definitely.
We'll sort
100%.
something out.
Yeah, definitely. So the category 3 is biggest veterans ego award.
Yeah, that's gotta go up there.
That's got to be in there. I know it's a bit of a negative, but at the
Hi,
end of the day,
Zoe.
you're going to win some fucking prizes, which is a fucking positive. You know what I mean? Always turn a negative into a positive. And
Yeah,
if the cat
definitely.
fits, wears it. And if it
Fucking
doesn't, wear a
hell.
different. If it doesn't, wear a different cap. I do weddings and bar mitzvahs, by the way, and we take PayPal. In fact, we start taking stars soon. I understand.
Yeah, we
Anyway,
look at the stars.
number 4, most likely civilian who clearly wants to be a veteran.
Yes.
I've got a couple of names I could stick in that hat, but you can only nominate one person. Anyway, and number 5, and I think this is quite a good one that I come up with, even though I say it myself. Best independent organisation who helps veterans / forward civilians. Because you know me, I'm not fucking veteran.
No, we need.
I like to help everyone, and so do you. That's why
Dave,
the elements we help both veterans
that category.
and other services.
That category is going to be an. Dave, that category could be an hard one to choose. To be honest with you,
a very hard one. I mean,
I think somebody's already mentioned one of the people already.
Oh yeah.
Gary Weaving, mate.
Do I know him?
He's is he the Families for Veterans? Gary
Weaving.
No, Gary Weaving's for the. No, I got it wrong. Well done, Zoe. I've got that one. Write it in your book. Write it in your book. Write it in your book. Okay. Get it in the book because you haven't got the name in the book. You need to get it in the book. Oh man, Zoe, I love you.
Listen, just don't tell anyone that I've said this. It's not something to do with Portsmouth, is it?
Don't tell anybody, mate. All right. I think it is, mate. Don't say anything. All right. So, yeah. Come a little closer. Come a little closer.
Got to do with plastic toilets?
It may have something to do with plastic toilets, mate. Don't tell anybody. All right.
Did they turn down a Land Rover?
Yeah, but Dave, I think it's the one with the castle. Don't tell anybody. All right. No, that's between me. That's between me and you. All right.
For now. All right.
I've been told he's a good egg.
Hard boiled or soft?
Fucking soft.
All running.
But don't tell anybody, mate. All right. So.
Luckily, we're all veterans. We can cut soldiers.
But don't tell anybody.
All right.
So let's get back to the show because people, they're still new.
I know, it's time to go. It's past to go.
We've just gone past it. So come on.
We're on 3 minutes overtime. You need to get the star button up. Right, listen. We've been awarded by Facebook, folks.
Right.
So, listen. What we need to do over the weekend, Clive's going to put some posts up for the B52 hot chocolate. Yeah? Because there's another lot turned up and it needs to get shifted out double lively over the next couple of weeks. So if you could put this up, it's the B52 hot chocolate. I'll tell you what, I'll show you something, shall I?
Right, the big thing is, if you've had the B52 already, all right, please, make comments on it. If you feel it's shit, tell us shit. If you feel it's nice, it's nice.
We need to get hold of fucking somebody who's really good at texting, like really good. Because the first person who comes up with this app, the whole of your family and future generations will never, ever have to work again. I'm going to have to be careful. See this.
Oh, look at that, mate.
Now, if you could smell that, mate, you would be ordering it. You would be ordering it by the fucking pallet load, mate.
And the good thing is,
And I've started doing loads of different things with it.
you can do chocolate because it's so fine. You can do chocolate with it, cake. You can do sprinkling.
It's good for sprinkles, yeah. I'll tell you what else, yeah. Hot chocolate and Baileys.
I gave a bag to my mother, and this is what happened. I tell you what, Jane, I'm going to send you an hot chocolate, Jane. I'm going to talk to Jane tomorrow. I'm going to get her address in Germany, and I'm going to send it to you to Germany, and don't worry about it. I'll sort that out. And this is what happened. I gave it to my mother to give to my stepfather. Absolutely blinding guy.
Clive, how about doing a deal over the weekend?
We can do a deal over the weekend. What type of deal do you want to do, Dave? Let me get on the. Let me get the. Wait now, Dave. Let me get the GoDaddy page up so I can put a coupon on. All right, and I'll put a coupon up. So you tell me. You go ahead, and I'll listen to you. And if I think you're going a little bit too wild, I'll tell you to fucking stop.
Right. Till midnight Saturday. Yeah.
Midnight Saturday, or do you want to do the full weekend?
Finish it at midnight Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everybody who buys a 1 kilo B52 250 grams of coffee free.
Okay. I got no problem with that. What blend?
You can do that as whatever we've got in stock. Because I know some of it's low.
Okay, let me
yeah. So for every kilo of hot chocolate you order, folks, between now and midnight Saturday, yeah, which gives you a good chunk of time, between now and midnight Saturday, for every kilo of hot chocolate you do, your mum wants Falklands coffee, you get 250 grams of coffee free. Yeah.
I don't have to put a coupon on that because anybody who orders from now through till midnight tomorrow, I just send out 250 with it. That's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's how much does that? Do the maths for me quickly, because I've done the maths quickly in my head. 16, 18, 20, 68, 20, 60,
24. 18, it's about 30 quid. It's about 28, 30 quid.
You're getting, it's not 20, 30. You're getting £25 worth of product for $16.99.
Yeah, but it's post and packaging on top of that.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, so you're looking at about 20 quid.
Everybody has to pay for post. Listen, post and packaging, unfortunately, isn't free for us, is it? You know what I mean?
No. And I tell you what, Sven, just for you.
So you're getting 25 quid worth of product for $16.99 plus a bit of post, and you pay post for all of it anyway. Everybody.
Sven, Sven, message me. I'll send you a coffee. Sven is somebody I've known for a long time, actually.
Listen, Sven, let me give you a little idea, yeah? I'll tell you how good the chocolate is, mate. Whoever you give the chocolate to, mate.
You're on a guarantee, is that what you're going to say?
Yeah, mate. I'd give it to I wouldn't give it to a bloke because he'll think it's fucking something. Unless you fucking fancy having a go, you know what I mean? They do say don't knock it till you tried it. But I'd give the hot chocolate to a female.
Okay. So, right.
Do you know what I'd do? I'd double the hot chocolate up with a bottle of Baileys for fucking Valentine's.
Right, Dave, let's wind this up. And before we wind it up now, right, what happened this week was me and Dave for the Facebook, one of our Facebook pages, Facebook has offered us the stars. And I don't know if you know how the stars work. The stars is a way that Facebook monetize things, and and allowed things to happen. So me and Dave sat down and we said, right, if we do stars and we had stars, we could. This is a way we could raise money for a charity or for actually putting. It's another way. So we've been offered to do the stars, and we're just wondering what you think about the stars. Do you think we should do it? Do you think we should just let it go? It's up to you. So please make comments on the stars. We'll do a show on the stars because I don't know, Dave. I want to check it out there.
I got a thing through on the blue tick as well.
We got a what?
I got a thing through for a blue tick.
A blue tick? What's a fucking blue tick?
It gives you it's for authenticity.
They've already authenticated me, mate. Don't you worry about me. You need authenticating. That's why they're fucking you off all the time.
I'm fucking here, mate. I'm fucking as authentic as you can fucking get. I know it's not fucking brilliant, but this is what it fucking is.
Anyway,
this is fucking me. This is not a fucking mirage.
Anyway, on that note, all right, we love you all.
And those who don't love us, we still fucking love you. Swallow that and chew it over the weekend with your fucking Yorkshire puddings and your fucking crispy bacon.
And remember, if you want to chat, we're always you.
You've got the number. We ain't the fucking Samaritans and it won't go as fucking well.